Okay. Now, before I turn the presentation over to Sir David Villanueva, no, I'd just like to make a couple of random notes about three things. First, how extended relatives can help you during these times of crisis. So it's another tip. It's another extra tip that we have here aside from yung tips na binibigay natin sa estate management in times of crisis. Second, how genealogical research can help you track your extended relatives. And the last tip or note that I'd like to share with you, the importance of civil records in genealogical research. Okay? So, as I mentioned earlier, no, itong Serrate Ferrer Law Office is a product of two family clans. Take note, not just two families, but two family clans. Kasi ang pagkakaiba ng isang clan sa isang ordinary family is that a clan is composed of extended relatives. Okay? Beyond yung ating nuclear family, which is mother, father, siblings, brother, sister, then we have your uncles, aunts, grandparents. That's it. Yan yung tinagisnan nating nuclear family, di ba? But beyond that, you have what? Grand uncles, grand aunts, cousins, twice, thrice, 4 times removed, and so on and so forth. So, bilang produkto po nitong dalawang clans na to, and bilang a participant of these clans, I have seen how nakatulong itong social capital na to sa atin. Sa amin pala, sorry. So, ayan po, no? Yung from the Serrate side, andyan yung C or Xue, Serrate clan, and then, of course, you have the Ferrer clan. Ang isang magandang case study na pwede natin ma-bring up ay the 2 books that nagawa po natin. Ito ay produkto po ng mga collaboration ko po with extended relatives on both sides. From the C Serrate side or Xue Serrate side, and then dito din po sa Ferrer. For those of you who are also interested doon po sa ating second book, yung Wells First Bank Account, available po ito doon sa Ferrer Law Office. This is a nice book. Tulong din po sa mga taong nasalanta ng pandemya dahil yun nga, maraming tao ang naghihirap ngayon dahil hindi po nakapag-ipon. So it's an opportunity for us to help our kids learn how to save so that we may save them from the expensive mistakes na nagawa ng kanilang mga magulang. Okay. So some of you might say, paano yan? We're not that close to our family. Kaya nga nagkaroon ng split up lalo na sa mga extended natin. Ano pa bang social networks ang pwede nating takbuhan? Ay madami po. Andyan yung mga alumni groups. Hindi po ba? Neighborhood associations, church groups, and social civic groups. Meron pong isang magandang article na lumabas po dito sa Puso ng Pamilyang Pilipino website, no, dealing with social capital. How to make social capital count. It's based on 2 or 3 chapters from the Paano Yumaman book. Pwede nyo pong basahin para mabigyan po kayo ng tips. Kasi, yun nga, you've lost your job, you've lost your business, saan kayo pwede tumakbo? The government can only help you so much. Ayuda. But beyond that ayuda, kulang pa, di ba? So, itong social networks natin. Check your Facebook. Ang dami niyong mga friends. Up to what extent are you maximizing itong mga mutually beneficial relationships that are with you? Check your email list. Check your cell phone list. Who are these people that you can call up para hingian ng tulong? Okay? Now, playing the devil's advocate once again. Baka sabihin naman ng iba, oo nga, makakatulong sila sa akin, pero alam mo, pwede ko mabigay sa kanila. Walang-wala na po ako, dapang-dapa na po kami. Dami nakaka-relate, di ba? True, daming Pilipino nandiyan sa sitwasyon na yun. Hindi kami ganun kayaman, hindi kami ganun katalino, hindi kami ganun kagaling. Anong pwede naming i-alok dito sa aming mga social network na to para kami ay tulungan in return? Would you believe merong isang pulube that was able to overcome itong mga challenges na to? Once again, mababasa din po natin yan sa internet. And this was published years ago. In my column dito po sa Pinoy Parazzi, Pera Tips, a true story of a beggar. Sumanawa kanyang kaluluwa kasi siya ay pumanaw na, si Mang Jenny, na mantakin nyo, no? Yung kanyang kinikita kada linggo. Mas malaki pa sa kinikita ng ilang mga part-timer sa Lasal at saka Binild. And Binild and Lasal are one of the best paid, yung mga teachers na one of the best paid teachers ang galing dito sa eskwelahan ako. Pulubi. Walang natapos. Ano lang ang kanyang puhunan? Una is diskarte at pangalawa, social capital. So, mantakin niyo po. Pag-isipan niyo po yan, ha? You need to think out of the box to try to find solutions para sa mga problema na pinagdadaanan natin ngayon sa pandemya. Okay, still on the topic of family clans, social networks, genealogy. Well, specifically dito po sa larangan po ng genealogy, no? Ngayon maganda na po ang ating teknolohiya. Meron na po tayong tinatawag na DNA testing for paternity and ancestry. Kung makikita niyo po itong article na to, no, there is this very nice case study of a 50-year-old murder na na-solve through the help of DNA. Okay? So aside from DNA, another source that we could go to discover paternity, to discover ancestry, ay yung ating civil registry records. Birth records, family records, death records. Makikita natin yan sa NSO. But there are certain cut-off dates. No? If you notice itong bagay na highlight ko in red, pag mga before the war, actually si Sir David mas pakakasagot yan, mas alam niya especially if it goes all the way back to Spanish times. Ayan, hindi na natin makikita yan sa ating regular civil registry records. Makita lang natin yan sa National Archives, Church Archives, or doon sa kanilang libreng website sa familysearch.org. That's it. Don't worry, dadaanan po natin mamaya doon sa presentation ni Sir David. For documentation of old records, well, the National Museum used to do this. Kaso tiningilan nila noong 2012. Then meron din tayong research department dito po sa National Historical Commission. And I was invited several years ago to share some ideas dito sa may meeting sila about genealogy. So nagkaroon kami ng balitaktakan doon. It's our picture. And since then, I tried to keep in touch with them from time to time. Teaser case. Sino bang hindi nakarinig dito sa infamous Francis Leo Marcos, aka Norman Mangusin, where he allegedly tampered with some civil records, I think his birth certificate, to prove yung kanyang spurious paternity to the Marcos family. Now, there's a disclaimer here because I'm not really familiar with his case. But yan yung isa sa mga reasons why people want to, discover their paternity. Link na naman dito sa estate, especially if it's a big estate. Ang laki ng pwede nating manahin kung mapatunayan natin that we're related to this family or to that family. So, yan ang isa sa mga pwedeng tingnan. Kaya mag-ingat din tayo dyan. Lalo-lalo ngayon, kapanahonan ng pandemya, usong-uso yung mga scams. And when it comes to scams, kanina binandera ko yung Ferrer clan. No? Ngayon, ibabandera ko naman ng C clan. From the C clan, ito ang aming scam buster. Si Attorney Hieronimo C, former Assistant Secretary of the Department of Justice. No? Siya yung naging state prosecutor nung kapanahonan nung itong pyramid scam ni Rose Balahadjay. He's also involved in cybercrime, and I think it was the cybercrime division of the NBI na spearheaded yung pag-aresto dito kay Norman Mangusin, aka Francis Leo Marcos. So, before I turn the talk to Sir David Villanueva, in closing, I'd like to introduce some interesting thoughts patungkol dito sa source of happiness. There is a rather long study na ginagawa dito sa Harvard. No? Tinutuklasan nila yung secret of happiness. And they started interviewing, siguro mga teens way back then. No? It's the longest running studies on happiness. The project was followed 724 men since they were teenagers in 1938. So from time to time, in-interview sila, kumusta na buhay mo? What makes you happy? Are you satisfied with the quality of your life? Ganyan. So, kung satisfied ka, ano nagpapaligaya sa'yo? Is it this, is that? And, yun na nga, ano sa palagay niyo ang sagot? Ano nagpapaligaya sa mga, is it money? Is it inheritance? Is it estate? Is it the things that you can buy? Actually, it's relationships. So, itong undercurrent na binabanggit ko a while ago, which is another advocacy that we have, no? Yes, we're trying to protect estate, but we're also trying to protect relationships. And, yun na nga, that's the secret to happiness, basically. Ayon dito sa study, sa Harvard study na to, meron kautusan dito po sa Biblia, no? Si Kristo, nung tinanong siya ng isang disipulo, Master, ano po ba ang mga kailangan natin gawin para makamit natin ang eternal life? How do we follow the commandments? Yung 10 commandments na binigay dun sa Old Testament, Jesus Christ reduced to only 2. Relationship related once again. Number 1, love God. Have a good relationship with God. And number 2, love your neighbor. Have a good relationship with your neighbor. Okay? So, closing once again. Medyo may pagka-comedy tayo ng konti. May pagka-Halloween. Speaking of relationships, you might want to watch, now showing on Netflix, a funny movie about relationships. Dysfunctional nga lang, no? But it's fun, no? Hayop Ka, directed by Abid Leongoren, who's a member of the Ferrer clan. So it's now available in Netflix. If you have access to Netflix, gusto nyo matawa sa relationship para hindi masyadong mabaon sa pagiging seryoso, might want to check it out. So, with that, thank you very much. I end my talk. Thank you.